Yo. So everybody says that I'm lucky, and I'm not disputing that. Everyone says Dean luck, booty luck. I am definitely one of the luckiest people that I know. But why is that? And one of the reasons is that hard work puts you in a place where luck can find you. Hard work puts you in a place where luck can find you. I love that. In my own life, I'll give you two examples. So selling the bookies, for example. I so basically, long story short, I had a bookmakers I sold it in 2012. I think he opened it in 2006. It was doing really, really well. And then all of a sudden, the landscape started changing because people didn't go into bookmakers anymore to have bets. What they did was they bet on the mobile phones. However, because I educated myself, because I was listening to great marketing books, and that podcast was out then or not, but I was constantly educating myself and looking forward and looking ways that I could put myself out of business. I was always looking for external threats. What are the threats to my business? And because of that, I sold the business long before anybody realized that bookmakers, traditional bookmakers, were in trouble. Corals, this massive, big national firm, they was looking at bookmakers, the traditional route, bricks and mortar, actual shops in the high street. They were still focusing on that and spending money on that. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are you doing? You need to be focusing your money, your powers, your expertise in the digital realm, on websites, online, on apps, because that's where it's going. But Corals, they wasn't looking forward. They was looking backwards. They was always expecting it to stay the same, but it doesn't. Nothing stays the same. Everything is constantly changing and evolving. And Corals then made me a stupid offer, £345,000 for the business. And I was like, oh my God, I'm taking it, because I could see what was happening. And so I knew that I need to put the bookmakers up for sale. So I put it up for sale. Corals came in with a crazy offer. And I jumped at the chance because I knew that in 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, I just couldn't make it pay, because everybody was betting on the mobile phones. Everybody was betting on these new things called apps. And Corals didn't understand that yet. And so everybody always says to me, oh, because now the betting shop's closed. Oh, Dean, you was lucky to get out of that, weren't you? Well, no, I wasn't lucky. I educated myself. I knew where the industry was going. I knew where things were going. So yes, from the outside world, it looks as though Corals came in, give me a bunch of money, and then it closed down. And so therefore, I was lucky because it could have been me who closing down. Yes, there isn't an element of luck, but it was also great timing from me personally. I hate being big on myself. Me personally, because I could see where it was going from where, because I educated myself, because I took time and educated myself. So yes, hard work to educate myself. However, it paid off massively. Also, my dad owned the building as well. And I kept saying to my dad, you've got to sell it. You've got to sell it. Although, because Corals, it looks good with Corals are your tenant, but I promise you, Corals will close down. They will close this down. And if Corals aren't connected with this building, then the building isn't worth as much money. And so I finally convinced my dad to sell in November, and by March the following year, Corals had moved out the shop. So therefore, it was worth next to nothing, the building, or nowhere near as much as it was. So again, it was hard work, but it was luck as well. And so you've got to place yourself in a position where luck can find you. And how you do that is hard work. Hard work might not pay off today, tomorrow, or the next day, but it will pay off eventually with hard work. Again, setting up in storage, because I basically ain't got time to go in it. My wife's going for an operation today, so I'm going to have to leave you with that. But yeah, ultimately, you've got to put yourself in a position where luck can find you. And hard work, my friends, does that. Okay, I love you. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.